Now the game has a quit button. I also don't know why the user just can't directly close the app by pressing the Android back button and call it a day. I totally do that. But it's an unnecessary required feature. Yes, finally my game is done. It took me around a month and a half and I'm genuinely happy that I completed a project I committed to. I don't usually finish the projects I start, but this time I pushed through everything and made it to the end. Maybe it was the situation or maybe I just refused to quit. But either way, I'm glad I did. It might not be a big deal to everyone, but for me, it was a challenge. I took it on, completed it, and I'm proud of that. Even though the game is ready for release, there are still a few things left to do. So let's find out what they are. As you can see here, the environment looks quite dark, like my life. So to lighten the mood in this seemingly hopeless world, I added lights. Along with lights, I also introduced shadows. Together, they add a nice sense of depth and make the previously static environment feel more dynamic. If you look closely, you will also notice the background slowly changing colors. This doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but it adds visual variety and makes the world feel more alive. Overall, it doesn't feel as boring anymore, at least to me. I have updated how the aura rate is displayed in the UI, making it much clearer and easier to understand. This update also introduces two new mechanics. First, deleting a gun now gives you an additional boost to your aura rate. This boost is infinite, you can keep deleting guns and continuously increase your aura rate. Yeah, good luck with that one. Second, I expanded the shop with a few new items. One of them allows you to double your aura rate. All the applied boosts are clearly shown in the UI, so the current aura rate can be easily tracked at any time. With just these two features, the game becomes infinitely progressive. Players can keep moving forward without needing to prestige, preventing progression from becoming stagnant. I have also redesigned the Prestige UI to make player progress much easier to understand. On one side, it now shows your current prestige, and on the other, it displays how much prestige you have gained so far. Once you gain at least one prestige level, the prestige button becomes active and starts glowing with the rainbow colors, clearly indicating that you are ready to prestige. At this point, you can choose to prestige immediately and lock in your progress, or continue playing to increase your prestige even further before upgrading. And finally, I implemented sound. At last. The audio you are hearing right now is the actual in-game sound. Players can adjust music and sound effects volume separately from the settings menu. All changes are saved automatically, so the next time you open the game, your preferences are retained. I have to say, adding sound made the game feel at least twice as good and much more complete. Overall, I am satisfied with how it turned out. Next, I worked on the onboarding parts of the game. Starting with the tutorial. If you are watching this devlog or you are already familiar with this genre, the gameplay might feel intuitive. But for completely new players who just decided to come out of the rock, the game still needs to provide guidance. So I added a simple tutorial that explains the core mechanics and how the game works. It doesn't cover every single detail, but it gives players enough information to get started. From there, the game encourages learning naturally as they continue playing and discovering new more systems. Here comes the boring but important stuff. Yes, privacy policy and terms of service. Well, I completely dreaded over this and didn't want to do it. But Google Play doesn't allow you to publish your game without having a privacy policy. So I did my research, created a somewhat functional policy and slapped it into the game. Now Google should be happy, right? Nope. I think Google is just here to make my life worse and worse. It has so many requirements, tantrums, mood swings and shit, man. It is shit for developers, man. Anyhow, to lighten my mood, I switched back to making some UI. Now the game has a quit button. I also don't know why the user just can't directly close the app by pressing the Android back button and call it a day. I totally do that. But it's an unnecessary required feature. Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense. After this, I went ahead and tested the game, found a few bugs and fixed them one by one. The challenging part was balancing the game. And oh boy, that was a task. Ensuring that there is smooth progression no matter what level the player is at is no joke. Which totally didn't take me entire 2 days to achieve. Anyhow, the game has much better gameplay now. Then I started working on the trailer and getting nice screenshots of the game. Making the trailer was fun, but it took me an entire day to edit just 1 minute of video. Which sounds nuts, but it was worth it. If you want to watch the trailer now, wait till the end, I'll play it then. And there is a link in the description too. With everything being done, I did some sanity checks and built the final version. I did some testing with it and yeah, it seems good. Now, the final part. Yeah, rent is coming. Releasing the app to the Play Store. I quickly created an account and right off the bat, it charged me $25. Well, that's not the end of it. It asked me a million different questions like what is a need, it all. Even with all the torture, the final boss is still alive. It forces 14 days of mandatory testing with 12 testers. I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to arrange 12 testers? And that too for 14 days. What does it think? Do I eat grass and poop out money? Eh? Who the hell will pay those testers? Well, I don't have a choice other than waiting. In the meantime, I found some services that provide testing with just a few dollars to fulfill the Google Play criteria. Well, I know the reason they have done this is to reduce the number of trash apps and games in their marketplace. But still, for genuine indie developers who don't have much money and time to spare, this is painful. Well, it was a learning lesson for me. Next time, I need to be prepared and plan my release accordingly. In the meantime, I will work on some other projects. Also, I will create a video as soon as the game gets released. Okay, that's it for this video. Bye.